Hello everyone. Let us see another concept through this MCQ. A 30-year-old man is exercising vigorously at high altitude. Which of the following changes in hemoglobin oxygen affinity is most likely to occur in the tissues during exercise? So the options given are left shift due to decreased temperature, right shift due to increase in the 2,3 bpg H plus and temperature, left shift due to increased PCO2, that is partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and right shift due to decrease in the 2,3 bpg and no change in affinity. So the answer here is right shift due to increase in the 2,3 bpg H plus and temperature. So let us see. So this all is based on simple concept, that is hemoglobin oxygen dissociation curve. So let us discuss this hemoglobin oxygen dissociation curve first. So in the x-axis there will be partial pressure of oxygen, and the y-axis there is oxygen saturation. So the simple concept here is whenever there is a right side shift, there is reduced affinity between the hemoglobin and oxygen. So there is more easily availability of oxygen because of this, because it will let go of the oxygen easily. And the left shift is there is high affinity between the hemoglobin and oxygen, and will hold the oxygen. Though there is high amount of oxygen, it will not be available to the tissues because of tight holding between the hemoglobin and oxygen. The right shift will occur in cases like increase in the temperature, increase in the 2,3 bpg, and increase in the H plus ions, like in that which occurs and decrease in the pH, that is in acidic conditions, and increase in the carbon dioxide. All these conditions will require more amount of oxygen released to the tissues. So there will be reduced affinity between the hemoglobin and oxygen, and there is right shift. And left shift on contrary will occur in the opposite conditions, like when there is a basic pH and decrease in the carbon dioxide, decrease in the 2,3 bpg, decrease in the temperature, increase in the pH levels. All these occurs, all this leads to left shift. So this left shift also seen in the fetal hemoglobin, where there is high, though there should be high affinity between the hemoglobin and oxygen. So in these conditions there will be left shift. So right shift, it lets go of the oxygen easily. Left shift, it holds the oxygen. So during exercise in hypoxia, tissue will require more oxygen. So there will be right shift of hemoglobin and oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve. So as we already saw, it occurs in decrease in the pH, like in Bohr effect, increase in the carbon dioxide, increase in the temperature, or increase in the 2,3 bpg. So this decreases the hemoglobin affinity for the oxygen. So this allows oxygen to be released to the tissues. And left shift occurs with alkalosis, decrease in the carbon dioxide, decreased temperature, and fetal hemoglobin. And at high altitude and chronic hypoxia, it will stimulate the 2,3 bpg production, further promoting the right shift and oxygen unloading. So this adaptation ensures that adequate oxygen delivery to the tissues under stress. So the key takeaway points will be right shift, there will be more oxygen released to the tissues. The causes will be increase in the 2,3 bpg, increase in the temperature, increase in the carbon dioxide, and decrease in the pH. And left shift, there is more holding of the oxygen to the hemoglobin. Bohr effect explains the pH dependent oxygen unloading, and it is critical for understanding the physiological adaptation to stress, exercise, and high altitude. So these are the important points in this question.